All right, welcome on in, everybody. How's it going? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Today, what we are going to be doing on stream is I'm going to be putting together this week's job list. So we're going to go through a few of the resources that I use to help curate jobs related to the coral field. So we'll go through some different websites that I use, different social media, and then I think that'll about do it today. I've been doing a little bit of browsing already. Sadly, I think this week is going to be pretty quiet in terms of jobs. That's okay. You'll still get a sneak peek at what else is on the map, and you'll get a look inside of how I actually go about curating this job list and some of the resources that I use. Feel free to grab what you want from it, ask questions about the job market or these jobs in particular. Happy to share them with you right now. As well as the resources too. I can post those as needed. So why do I keep it? How do I keep it all together? Like, why do I do this every week? Why do I curate this job list if these resources are freely available? Well, it's kind of weird. There are a lot of resources out there that will just post generic marine science jobs, and that might be what you're interested in, and especially in today's job market, you probably just want something that's gonna help pay your bills, keep a roof over your head and food in your stomach. But if you are looking forward, or if you're looking to stay in the coral reef world, this list would be your most curated guide. If you don't want to spend hours on end combing through stuff all about dolphins and Arctic research, which is fantastic. Again, if you want to do that, by all means. But if you're looking to stay in the coral world, that's why I make this list. So it's a little more curated, a little more focused. So I think that's enough context for you guys. I don't know, you can ask about it too. Let's go ahead and dive into my process here. So let's start. This is the spreadsheet that I use. It's baked into the website, just makes things a lot easier. It's a content management system baked into the Reef Unity Network website. What I typically do to start is check to see if positions I posted in the past are still present, if they're still open, or if they've closed. So for instance, on the left here, you'll see status. Some of these have these blue indicators. That's a little calendar icon. That's to show you that there is a scheduled end date, so an application closing date. But there are ones without it. These ones are open until filled. And so what I do to start is I check those to see if they're still available. And if they're not, I remove them from the list, or I hide them from the list, archive them for later maybe. Because there is some data I do want to end up compiling from this spreadsheet to see if there are certain trends in the job market. Not sure how that's going to look yet, but I've only been doing it for a couple months. But that's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing. If you saw today's weekly update, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to now that I'm so far ahead with posting content, partly thanks to these streams. I can start looking ahead to some other options, tools, resources that'd be important to you guys. And job trends, market trends, I think could be beneficial. I mean, hopefully you're not hopefully you don't have to pay attention totally to the trends, because that would mean you're always looking for jobs, and that would be unfortunate. I hope you don't have to do that. But who knows what insights we could find? Who knows what insights we could find? Cool. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start with this first one. This is the MPS program from University of Miami. This one actually is supposed to have a deadline. I don't know. I must have just forgotten to schedule it. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule that one for closure. That's June 1st. So I'll put it June 2nd by midnight. It's typically what I do, including if it's different time zones. Most people hopefully are not applying that down to the wire where the time zone doesn't make a huge difference. But still. So moving on from that first one, that should still be available. The MPS should still be available until June 1st. So our next one is going to be lab manager staff chemist. This is at Moat Marine down in Sarasota. I'm going to go find, I don't know why this is jumping around so much. We're going to go check Moat's website for this. Let's see if it's still available. So I'll just Command F, staff chemist. Looks like it's still there. So I'm gonna leave that open there. They also have a senior chemist position. Excuse me. Just had lunch, my apologies. So let's look for the senior chemist. They posted this like last week, so I'd be surprised if they had already filled this one, unless they had someone in mind and pulled that up. So those are all good. Moat had a lot of job postings last week. That's where I spent most of my time last week. I almost wish I had done this stream last week. I mean, we had the metadata must-have stream, so that took priority. I didn't know Moat was going to post all of these. Would have been cool, for content's sake, to have all of these postings here. I have an idea it's going to be pretty light today, especially since there were so many last week. I think I had 10. All right, next up, staff biologist one. Again, this is still at Moat. So these are for the grazer position in particular. Yep, that's still there. Cool. Let's go back. They also had another one, staff bio 1. It's probably right below it. Oh, no. Nope. Here it is. Coral Reef restoration monitor. Honestly, this one would be pretty cool. When I posted this one last week, I read up on it. I'm not in a position to move down to Summerland Key. but some of this would be fun to do. I personally don't have experience in modeling at this capacity, but it would be cool to learn. I've always had an interest in monitoring. I don't know why. It'd be cool. I guess I like seeing the fruits of effort, which is funny because normally I like starting things. I'm not always great at finishing things. I'm usually better at starting. So interest in monitoring is kind of the antithesis of what I'm usually good at. But I digress. More mode positions. We've got life support system. And if I could type today. Life support system. Okay. Well, how did I have it listed? Life support systems. Systems, technicians, and operators. So the technician's still there. Is the operator still there? Yeah. I looked through these. I don't know the difference between the two. I don't. They have a different title, but a lot of the same duties and requirements. But they were listed very differently. Is this the other one? Yeah, life support systems. Daily operation and maintenance. Repair and maintenance. Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay, so there's some differentiation between the two. This is focused on, this has a little more emphasis on water chem. Okay, this is more of the hardware. Hardware focused. The operator operates the hardware, I guess. That adds up. I know someone who would probably do this really well. I already messaged him about it. Cool. All right, so that does it for the moat positions there. What else have we got? Facilities maintenance at FIU. Let's go take a peek at that. FIU's career website is honestly fascinating. It's very organized. I've learned for the past couple months, it's very organized. As a lot of public institutions, government or academic, public ones are usually fairly organized. They often have a specific code attached to them, which is good. It's really helpful when referencing again. So this one's still available. This is down, I want to say, this is FKNMS. I thought it was FKMS. Maybe it's shorthand. Let's see, it was in Key West? Or was that an earlier position? FIU had a position earlier this year that was based in Key West. I think this one's different because this is oh, Key West. Nancy Foster. Yep, okay. Nancy Foster and Key West. Cool. That adds up. That's still there. We're in operations administration. CRF. Let's see what they've got. I'm looking for, what was this one? Data systems administrator. current job openings. So their data systems administrator is still open, still available. They posted this like 2 weeks ago, I think, about 2 weeks ago, as well as their accounting associate. So since I'm already in here, I know I put the accounting associate, here it is. So this is where I struggle with the job list. I don't have a formal cutoff really on what I consider relevant for a job list. Like I said, this is supposed to be curated job openings within the coral field. And my vision was to be research positions, husbandry positions, coordinators, managers, even outreach. But sometimes we'll get things like this accounting associate with the Coral Restoration Foundation. And I ended up including it. It's in the coral world, but it's not, it's an accounting role. The people who are a part of Reef Unity Network are not accountants. They might change their mind. And so they would have access to this information. Maybe they do have a background in accounting, switched halfway through. I'm not sure. But I included it anyway. But then there will be other jobs that I come across that are in the marine world, the marine field, so marine science of some capacity. And the skills required, this experience required for these jobs, a coral person would have. So again, research, coordinating, managing, project manager roles. Pretty much anyone in the coral world, especially if they were a researcher, would be able to fulfill that. And in this job market, would probably apply to it, even if it's not in the coral space. Because rent money is rent money, mortgages are mortgages, food's expensive, groceries are expensive. So you might just need a job. But then I won't include them. I think it won't be relevant, even though the skills are relevant. And I'm still not sure quite how to deal with that. I'm still not sure how to deal with that entirely. If you had thoughts, that'd be helpful. I don't know. Part of the reason I try to be fairly strict with this job list because I want it to be focused to the coral world, but also I have very limited time. So trying to include every single job in the marine science space would be a lot. And there are plenty of other resources that already do that. So you'd probably find it regardless. Like Welcome Oceans is a good resource. What's interesting though, I was gonna wait on this. What's interesting though is if you go to the ICRS job board, which I'll talk more about once we get through checking everything that's there. They'll post things that are also not related to Coral World. Like there's a shark conservation thing here, but it's marine affiliated. It's in Key Largo. But like my original vision, like GCRI in Guam, they've got invasive species coordinators, not coral, but on coral reefs. Probably we're thinking of fishes, another nuisance. Probably not so much coral, because they're dying. Then we've got biologists. They have education outreach coordinator. Like, it's all coral focused. Like, that was what it originally had. I was so excited when they started sharing this stuff. I talked with them a little bit. Super nice. Another thing, like, it's so hard to find if there are open academic positions. That's been the real challenge for me starting this job list. Because a lot of academic positions are coordinated through direct communication. Like when you are applying to grad school, professors don't always list if they are taking students. You usually contact them directly so that they won't always post about it. So I don't always know unless I am having a conversation with one of these researchers and they mention it casually to me. So these are the challenges that happen behind the scenes. And on the website, I do have, for those instances where I miss something because I'm not going to catch everything, I do actually have a submission form. Like if people want to post a job, that would make life so much easier. Super easy. Anywho, let's go back to checking. Okay, we're good with CRF. We're on the data system. So now we scroll down, coastal conservation with, I think this is Aruba. Job opportunities, coastal conservation specialist. Yep, that's still there. This one, again, was an interesting one because I don't think it's directly with coral reefs. I think it'd be part of your job, but I think they focus a lot on immediate coastal mangroves, even some terrestrial there, which is fine. They also have their own terrestrial paths too. You'd probably dabble enough in corals to make you happy. Also, it's Aruba. One of my neighbors, actually, he's Venezuelan. He's like, dude, you gotta go to Aruba. With your, with what you do, like, why have you not gone to Aruba yet? I told him, stuff me in his suitcase. That sounded weird. Next time he goes back to Venezuela. And then I'll hop over to Aruba after that. Okay, then we have Marine Operations Officer. This position is with a cruise operator. It has been open since, I want to say it's been open since January. Let's see, when did I actually post date? Oh, I don't have a timestamp for this. It's been on this board for a while, and if it continues to stay open, I'll probably just take it down. People do not seem that interested in it. It's okay. All right, then we have work with the coral gardeners down in, or not so much down, in French Polynesia. Let's go check on that one. That one's been posted for a while too. This is more on the funding side. Again, kind of, you're doing coral work, but more on the admin side. BizDev. I think this one's tricky because you're in French Polynesia. It's also hybrid with France. That's a lot of travel. Okay, that one's still open. Then we've got some down in Miami Waterkeeper. Senior Grants Manager. Again, more funding type positions. Which, to be honest, oh, what a hard job this probably is right now. I'm sure many of you have been struggling to get grant funding. So that would be a very tricky job. I respect, but do not envy who ends up there. Oh, and I had one more from Moat. I know this one. This restoration data, yep. This one has also been posted since like January. Kind of sad to see they haven't filled this one yet. It's a lot of work, if I remember correctly. Which is fine. It's a lot of work. Yeah, more than 60 days ago. Yeah, like, if this was the last time-stamped one, February 5th, these were back in, like, January. I wonder how they are fulfilling those responsibilities in the meantime. But, okay, that does it. Everything's looking updated. Everything seems still open, so I'm gonna leave them be. That still leaves us with 29 on the board. We might crack 30. We might crack 30 this week. So let's get started on that list. I'm gonna start, the first place that I go visit is the ICRS Early Career Job Board. This operates similarly to how mine does. You can see spreadsheet by spreadsheet and people can submit here. This is free to use. ICRS SEC Job Board, it's listed that as you Google it. You can put it the link to. But let's check. The last one that got posted was April 29th with BIMS in Bermuda. And I have that one. So it means there hasn't been anything new on this list since then. So people must not have been submitting. I've seen other job postings, which that's the point of this, is like not everyone has access to, not everyone knows about. This is more an awareness. Trying to collapse multiple different resources into one spot, make it a little bit easier. That's a bummer. This one's usually awesome. So I'm going to bounce around a little bit. I also go through different journals to see if there are job postings. So Nature Careers, for instance, they post some stuff, and good keyword, coral. I just go and look up coral. Let's see what pops up. Oh, Top Job. Okay, this is a sponsored one. I'm like, whoa, what is that relevance to? 2 postdocs in AI-driven marine bio. I have those listed. Actually, aren't they closed by this point? So employer, Umea. Oh, they're down here. Okay. So 2 postdoc positions related to AI-driven marine biology. We'll take a quick peek. We'll take a gander. So one of them, I'm pretty sure is, if I remember correctly, it's on CCA. They're doing, okay, image analysis. Oh, not CCA, but some other kind of calcified red algae. Then the second one, AI-driven analysis, compile accurate models of coral reef survival over the coming century. Cool. Cool. All right. That one's good. I stumbled upon this conservation job board last week. And so let's try it out. This includes like everything conservation related, and I want to see if they have. If I make this bigger, will I get a search bar? Haha, there we go. So if I do the same, CORAL, does anything come up? Oh my goodness. Really? No way. No way these have 3 pages of coral. Let's dive into this. Let's dive into this. Because California Transaction Program Manager. Whoa. Okay, we'll make this big for a sec. Protecting land agriculture. Yeah, there's no mention of coral. Alaska? We do an Arctic corals here? Why is this popping up? I guess their search function is not the best. Director of Western Water. Okay, we're just gonna... Let's just scroll through some of these to see if anything is remotely related. Attorney. Again, this is one of those, oh well, California, DC, or Gulf Coast. Alaska. The Catskills. That seems predatory. Energy Campaign, Colorado, Philadelphia, DC, Campaign Associate. Hang on, what does that look like? Oh, you get to lobby. That's hard. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Philadelphia, West Virginia. A lot of, let's say, so if you want to go to Alaska, it seems to be, they seem to have conservation jobs. Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. Maybe we can, maybe their filter function is a little bit better. At least get it to marine biology. I don't want to do locations because some places have programs for coral. How much coral stuff is done in California? There are a lot of institutions and groups in California doing work on corals. All right, let's just quick scroll through it again. Kayak tours, environmental educator. Again, Alaska. But we didn't filter for coral this time. GCML. Hang on. So during my undergrad, we got a lot of stuff. So I helped out our lab coordinator with shipments for different lab courses. So like invert zoology, you would need specimens alive. And so Gulf Specimen was one place we get it from. Oh, it's an unpaid internship. But with housing, that's interesting. I feel like it'd be easier to pay a salary. I don't know. Coastal and Marine Project Specialist. Maybe I should send that to one of my friends. Gloucester, Washington, restoration specialist. But I'm gonna guess that a restoration specialist in Washington is not doing coral restoration. Should we find out? Lead Sawyer? Oh, chainsaws and power tools. We do, I mean, some power tools, but we have some saws. Usually band saws, though. Okay. Oh, this one I'll point out. I came across this one. I won't put it on the job board because it's not directly Coral related, but it might be applicable to some. New Jersey, Connecticut. Okay, well, we're not getting much from here. This was a new resource that I was trying out. I found it last week. Just trying it out. Another one that I stumbled, Schmidt Marine. Pretty familiar name. Can we... Why is this? This website is not happy. Why is this listed as a photo? Where's your job board? Ocean job board. Okay, interesting. There was just a page with a photo on it. Coral! Oh. There are some. Coral biologist. Oh, here are all the... Oh. This might be helpful. Intriguing. So I'd mentioned the GCRI before. Looks like they had posted here as well too. Is this different from Education and Outreach Coordinator? Let's check the other page and see if that's the one we have. Education and Outreach Coordinator. Yep, right here. Cool. So I've got that covered. Coral gardeners have a few extra here listed. Coral restoration internships. I've been avoiding posting internships for the time being. I focused mainly on job positions, mainly to stay in the research realm. But then again, I've also included like accounting jobs. This is where I struggle. Like, what's the cutoff? What do I cut off? But like, this would definitely be one to include. Posted, oh, yesterday. This was posted yesterday. Neat. All right, let's put this one on. Whoop. Here we go. Now what I do, we just start inputting the information. Pretty easy. I need this a little bigger though, a little bigger. Employer, these would be, ooh, not what I want to do. Coral gardeners, nonprofits. And yeah, I like to copy and paste a lot because that's what you do as a researcher. This is in Bora Bora, Polynesia. Pretty cool. Full-time in French Polynesia. Okie dokie. Brief description. So restoration scientist supports implementation and advancement of the gardener's restoration research and development activities. All right, so this is what I typically include, stuff like this for the brief description, almost as a tagline. That's what gets, when you're scrolling through the entire job list, that's what gets posted first. And then if you click on the full thing, I give you the main mission or the brief description and all of the responsibilities. So we'll go ahead, we'll plop that in here. Make sure the formatting is okay, because copying lists doesn't always translate well to this spreadsheet, and that's okay. Gives me a sec to kind of browse what some of the work entails, too, to understand what's kind of going on. That copied over nicely, so I'll leave that as is. Educational requirements. Let's go take a peek at that. Master's degree, okay. And then the other requirements, we'll copy and paste all that too. That copied over nicely. I like to give a little bit of space though. And then they also had skills. So I'll put that also in the other requirements because it's related. Skills. Okay. Do they have a deadline? Let's check the apply link. Okay, no, don't do that. Seems more like a coordinator role. Oh, hey Anna. Have you seen any policy jobs for coral conservationists interested in the legal side of things? Great question. I haven't seen any in a while, actually. There was there's the annual, it's the KNAP, I can't remember the name, that NOAA runs every single year. That just closed. And there were some policy jobs I saw. They were in the Pacific. This was a couple months ago, though. Oh, no. Okay. So, NOS Marine Policy Fellowship. That's kind of like one of the most popular ones. Run through NOAA's Sea Grant Fellowship, and that one is due June 3rd. So that's the big one for the US. Otherwise, I haven't really seen any others. I see a lot of nonprofits typically. But I guess we could probably check out, see if NOAA has anything. I don't know. It's a fun time to be interested in policy. I'll tell you that. Okay, the deadline for the coral gardeners. Doesn't look like they have one, so that's probably until build. Salary, I didn't see a salary listed. Which is, I would prefer if they do upload a salary. That would be, I like transparency when it comes to job applications. It's concerning when it's not posted. I don't see any contact information either, unless it's listed here. Nope. Apply link. I'll pop that in. Anna, are you interested in policy, perhaps, for the future? I need the UTM. Why would I need the UTM of that? I don't want that way. So it's putting tracking info on this, which I don't like. There's that question mark. Let's double check that this link works. Cool, it does. And now it doesn't have any of the tracking info. Maybe. Cool. Cool. I haven't. Maybe Puerto Rico will have something policy related. Could be. And then the post date for this job was May 7th. Yesterday. Time commitment, it said full time, right? Yep. Most of these are. I rarely see part-time anything. This listed as operations. It looks more like a coordinator role by my definitions of it, but I can see how it's listed. So how I define operations versus coordinating roles. Coordinator is more involved with the research side of things. Operations is more like keeping the institution running. So like an accountant, they're part of the operation. Coordinators are more involved with the actual choral work. That's what I have in my mind. I didn't see any citizenship requirements. But might be worth double checking since it's international. Okay, cool. That was good. Already have those. Office coordinator. So like that would be an operations role. Communications outreach officer, program development manager, directeur. Office coordinator. Oh, and this one's entirely en français. So I imagine this one is, oh, it's still in French Polynesia. Let's see. Does it translate well? My French is not that good. I think my French is about like a 5-year-old's understanding, probably. Maybe a little more. Maybe I'm underestimating myself. It's funny, the work for the coordinator. Again, this is one I'm like, I don't know if how, because I put accounting associate for CRF, I should put this one. But now I'm second guessing myself. I'm like, I shouldn't have either. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I might... Okay, I think I'm changing my mind. I really want it to be more on the work. Ooh, then I'd have to remove a couple of these. For instance, the facilities maintenance. Oh no. What do they want for that job? What's their responsibility? Is this the same thing? Maintains the grounds. Office coordinator's keeping the thing going. Support on water. So they're kind of involved. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Station manager. Okay, who is this? What is this for? BCSS. What is BCSS? Mozambique. Oh, okay. Seeking an experienced professional. Lead and manage operations at the support. Okay, that's like, again, coordinator, so that should stay. Data systems. I know this is more like IT, right? Yep. Oh, what happened to the formatting on this one? I don't know, I'm torn. What do they actually need for this job? Degree in accounting. I think I'm gonna hide this one. People on this list they're not accountants. And I'm not blaming CRF for this. They need a person for that job. It's me deciding like that was silly to put this on the list. Because it'd be extremely, extremely unlikely that anyone using this job board would have an accounting degree. Might they know things about data systems? Sure. Being involved in facility, like running a coral facility, yeah, you might have experience with that. Managing grants, like, you've got the writing experience, you've surely written them before, so I'm going to leave that. I think I'm going to say no to the office coordinator role. And let's return internships. I'm not going to worry about for the time being. Communications officer. Well, that's not a lot of information. Oop, not what I wanted. confused. Oh, I saw this posted elsewhere, actually. What was the position called? Communications and Outreach Officer. Okay. Oh, this is what I wanted. Ha, there we go. Working with researchers, translate scientific data and findings into accessible and engaging materials. Yeah. Well, they're looking for people with specific degrees that probably are not science related. However, I mean, I have a PhD in integrative biology and I have marketing experience, so this could be applicable. Yeah, what was this one? Oh, this has been for a while. How have I not seen this one? How have I not seen this one? So, am I being subjective? Quite subjective. Allow. Oh, I realize you can't see me typing on that. That's fine. You don't need to be. You don't need to really see me type into an Excel spreadsheet. This is located. Didn't they say the specific? That's really bad. It means I do not know a lot about. Palau. I've never been over there. Oh, I guess what I can do. Let me. Just move you up there for now. That way you can see a little bit more about what I'm doing. And back to the job posting. Well, fantastic. Full description. Key responsibilities. Check the formatting. Oh, that copied nicely. Fantastic. So bachelor's, and yes, I always abbreviate it as Bachelor of Science. Fight me on that. It's whatever. People know what I'm talking about. Minimum requirements. So this is all requirements. Do we have a deadline? Do we have a deadline? May 24th. 2026, and I'm gonna go ahead and schedule that one in. Brain fart. Schedule date to close. And then, yeah, okay. More info. salary, jumping around all over the place. Well, that's a range. 21,504. 44. I do not know what the living expenses are like in Palau. Seems like a big range though. I saw contact info down here. Just one, okay. Just gonna shorten it a little bit. Got email listed there. Application link. Another why does this all... Why does it keep adding all these tracking links? It's just noisy. It takes up space, and I don't want them tracking where I'm getting this. Double check that it works, though. Yep. Posted. This was posted a while ago. April 24th. That's full time, right? Did they not say? Did something like they say? Woo! They don't specify, so I'll just put it there. And this is in education. I didn't see anything about citizenship or visas. Nope. Double check there. Cool. Got that one added. Right, separate link. And then program development manager. Take a bit to load, perhaps. That's okay. Let's... No, don't take my email. See, what kind of program are you talking about? Oh, it's a research coordinator role. That's cool. Yeah, it's pretty... I was gonna say pretty sparse on info, but no, it's not. It looks pretty thorough. Let's do it. Program Development Manager. Again, and then we can copy a lot of what we had from the previous cell into this one. Ooh. I don't know what that was. I don't even know what that note was. That thing is ancient. That note, whatever it was ancient. I haven't used that function in a long time. Cool. Let's get that over. Fantastic. That seems like kind of a cool opportunity. What? Okay. Tech is being fun for me. At least they're minor things. What does it need? A bachelor's. That's really all they have for it. Okay. Anna, you could apply for this. You could apply for it. Closing date, May 14th. Salary range. plus generous fringe benefits. I hope. Same communication person. Yep. Koshiba. Yep, it's the same. Add the application link. Stop adding this tracker. Double check that it works. Nothing's more frustrating than going to a job board and none of the application links work. So we'll double check on that. We'll double check. Perfect. Perfect. It's there. When was this posted? This is awesome. So this like never happens. People don't post when they actually posted the position. You can see if I go here, a lot of them are not listed, and a lot of the dates that I do put are, I don't think they're accurate. But they include theirs directly on the listing. You see it a lot when you find like government positions, policy or otherwise, they always have to post it, so that's always helpful. They just have to do that. And this is coordinator. Stop pulling that up. All right, that one's good. That one's good. Then we had, which one was this again? Director. Did we check this one out yet? Nope. Incorporate, really? Oh, I already posted this one, which I probably is no longer relevant based on how I want to shift this. Oh well. So that closes out that one. Next up, we'll spend a little time on Blue Sky. See if I use Blue Sky to look for academic positions. I know I was talking about before that academic researchers don't always post listings if they're taking like grad students or something, but sometimes they do. And Blue Sky is usually the place they do that. So we'll spend some time scrolling here. And the first thing to pop up is the Coral Reef Research Hub. They are great about posting job openings really fast, which is cool. So, okay, we have like here we go. They'll even post academic ones too. So PhD opportunity in the Netherlands. Economic assessment of, oh, cool. Let's get that queued. Internships, not super focused on that. Graduate opportunity. Gulf and Caribbean Fisheries, Florida Sea Grant. I'll queue it, but it doesn't look quite coral focused. Science Program Manager. Didn't this one close? Oh, no. It'd still be open. I'll queue it. Program, okay, there's the one we just posted. Program Development Manager. Grant competitions. I'm not focused on really posting those at the moment. Postdoc. I posted that last week. Microbiome in France. Yep, I posted that one last week, I'm pretty sure. So we're at least caught up with them, perhaps. They're a great resource if you need something instant. Okay, well, we have to stop and watch Coral City. Sure. Yeah, I want to see them. Oh, here comes the turtle. Here comes the turtle. Scooting on by. I don't know how they get all these shots. It's incredible. It's incredible. Oh, what is this? NSF. May 11th. These vacancy announcements. Early career scientists and engineers. Well, we'll definitely take a peek at that. We're hiring ecological statistician, biostats, in Helsinki. I have a feeling this is not quite what we're looking for, but we'll take a peek. Apply now. The War Foundation. Cool. A lot of celebrations. The USF, St. Pete campus fire. There's a Lego set of a coral reef with a turtle that kind of looks like that. I wonder where they got their inspiration. What is it, like $300? Bet it's expensive. All those Lego sets. I love Lego. I love Legos. I'm hoping... strategy. Anna, did you hear anything more about the St. Pete campus fire? Oh, $20. Cool. Cool. That's awesome. Big questions. Ooh, GIS maps. Always a fan. Pretty sure it's off-brand, but looks amazing. You know, as long as you have me. Oh, see, we're gonna get distracted here again with a boxfish. Hello, you trunk. Hello, trunkfish. Ooh, there's a current pushing against him today. Cute. Cute. Here we go. Not too much. My friend over there says they haven't told them much. Okay, yeah, that's all I know. If I learn anything, I'll tell you. That's really devastating. From what I know, there were no injuries, which is so good to hear. But I can't believe... I'm thinking of all the work that was in that building that's now gone. All of the work that people have done, were doing, or they were about to do. Like, that's all just on pause or destroyed. Like, that's so devastating. So devastating. I hope it's easy to bounce back. So, okay, so what is this lab? What did they study? Evolution in viruses. Did they do anything with coral reefs? I'm not familiar. Canada. Social viruses. Experience optional, enthusiasm essential. That's a good tagline. Yeah, that's what graduate positions are for. They're for getting the experience. I like that. I like that a lot. The photo too is hilarious. Photos too is hilarious. New papers. Job opportunity. Okay, we had that queued up. Yep. It's been a little bit since I've been on Blue Sky, so awards. Awards. Exciting. Exciting people winning awards. I love it. I love it. There's a turtle again. Oh, was there a follow-up with it? Oh, I didn't know what that was for a sec. Anhinga or a cormorant. Neat. No one. Oh, okay. So from Dr. Breitbart, no one was hurt, but it's a total devastation to the main building. Oh, that's good. People are support, like the support people have gotten for it. Okay. I think we're starting to doom scroll here a little bit. So I don't want to totally get distracted. Let's check on some of the things we have queued up. PhD position, economic assessment for coral reefs in Amsterdam. Let's add this. How do I normally do this? PhD student. PhD student. Economic assessment of reefs. Wait, Anna, you're not on the St. Pete campus now, right? You're still at Tampa? I assumed you were at Tampa, but I actually don't know. Academia. It's fun when we get to add academia ones. First stage researcher. Oh, duh. Amsterdam, Netherlands. No, I'm still in Tampa. Okay, that's good. That's good. Brief description. Okay, that's a pretty good, short and snappy. And then for the whole thing here. Check that formatting. It did not stay this time. Okay. To look for the main task. Oh, it did. Design, conduct. Whoa. Where'd that go? Conduct, support, apply, compile, and design. Duties. Come on, there we go. You publish, you teach, 0.1 FTE. What does that even look like? A 0.1 FTE. So FTE, full-time equivalent. At least for me, it was either a 0.25, which was like I teach one lab a semester, or 0.5. Teach 2 labs. So what is a 0.1? I don't know. Requirements. Must have your master's. Let's Specific requirements, nice to have. Affinity, what a great word. Affinity is a great word. Get that formatting, just A-OK. You, all of them start with you. And requirements, specific requirements. Do they have a closing date? Posted on May 1st, June 10th. Was there a salary available? Trying to apply benefits per month. Okay, so in euros. Yet I'll still switch it to a comma. And then make sure I add month because I normally would try to list it as year. Employment contract of initially 1 year. This could be extended to a total of 4. I won't totally put that. Contact info. Motivation letters generated with ChatGPT and other AI language tools will not be considered. Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, that's not... Why did I think that was someone's email? That's really funny. I'll just do the apply link, see if it's there. Where'd it go? Third link. Is this not the same? Weird. There it is. Application link. We'll use the direct one. And there's another tracker on it. All of these things have trackers on them. This one has an enormous one. Posted on April 30th. Shoot, I forgot to schedule the deadline. Did I do it on the last couple? May 14th, yeah, I've forgotten some deadline schedules. May 14th. This one is June 10th. Oh, I don't know why this works that way. Full time. It's into research. stop. Oh, what time is it? 2:30. How many more do I have left? Okay, so I'm not going to be able to finish all these today. I was distracted too much. So I actually have to, I'm gonna, since we finished that one, I'm going to wrap up there. Oop, wrong screen. I'm gonna wrap up here today for the job list, but I will still go and post those when I come back, when I have time later to do it. So I'll get those uploaded, but everything else should be ready to go. What should be shown on the website. But thanks for coming out today. I hope this was kind of a cool behind the scenes look into how I go about creating the job list, and then a peek at some of the resources that I use to actually compile all of this. Is it a totally objective process? No, there are some job positions that I'm like, I waver between adding them and not. So let me know how you feel about that. But otherwise, I'm going to sign off for the day. And I will see you guys next week. So take care. Bye-bye.